Welcome to Trinity 1 Apartments. We are happy that you have chosen Trinity 1 Apartments to be your home. We have created this video for your convenience and as a guide to living at Trinity 1 Apartments. The tenant handbook is an integral part of your lease, providing further details and information regarding the community you have joined, our operations, and your responsibilities as a tenant. The following are the rules and regulations that each tenant must agree to and follow according to their lease.
1. No pets or animals of any kind are allowed in the unit.
2. The tenant shall not make nor permit his family or guests to make any disrupting noises in the building that will interfere with the rights, comfort, or convenience of other tenants. No tenant shall play or operate or allowed to be played or operated a musical instrument, radio, television, or stereo on the premises between the hours of 9 p.m. and the following 8 a.m. in such a manner as will disturb or annoy the occupants of any building or the surrounding area. No more than a single instrument may be played at one time in the premises.
3. Neither the tenant nor his family, friends, or visitors shall sweep or throw any dirt or other substance into corridors, halls, stairways, entrance steps, or walks. It is expressly forbidden to throw or to allow anything to fall out of the window or from the balcony. Nothing shall be hung or shaken from the windows or balconies or placed on the windowsills outside the windows.
4. Tenant can hang pictures, mirrors, or other items that require piercing of the wall only with regular small picture hooks. Tenant shall not hang heavy objects such as chandeliers, bookcases, china cabinets, unless tenant has obtained prior written permission from the landlord.
5. The tenant shall replace all burned-out light bulbs at his own expense and shall leave all such replacement light bulbs on the premises when vacating the premises.
6. Lockouts are subject to the charges imposed under Schedule of Charges.
7. Window cleaning is the responsibility of the tenant.
8. No sign, advertisement, aerial antenna, or other projection, except reasonable holiday decorations, shall be erected, hung from, or placed upon the exterior portions of any window, balcony, roof, hallway, or public area of the building without prior written consent of the landlord.
9. Neither children nor friends of the tenant shall play in the public hallways, stairways, or parking areas without adult supervision.
10. Tenant shall reimburse or compensate the landlord for any damage or injury to the grounds, trees, shrubs, or plants in the project which are caused by tenant's family, friends, or guests.
11. All garbage shall be contained in tightly sealed plastic bags and disposed of by placing same in a designated garbage container in the designated garbage area. Violation of this rule shall be considered a threat to the public health of all occupants of the building and shall subject the offender to a sanitation charge as per the Schedule of Charges. The tenant shall comply with all recycling rules and regulations as imposed by any waste hauler and/or governmental agency.
12. No objects, including, without limitation, draperies, furniture, shall be placed in such a manner as to obstruct any heating outlets.
13. The public halls, stairways, sidewalks, grass, or parking areas shall not be obstructed or used for any purpose other than for entering and exiting to the building. No baby carriages, tricycles, or bicycles shall be allowed to stand in the halls, lobbies, passageways, landscaped areas, courts, or entrance steps to the building. Any items left in violation of this regulation shall be seized by the landlord and stored for a charge, and may be disposed if not claimed within 10 days.
14. Smoke-free facility. Tenant agrees and acknowledges that the premises to be occupied by the tenant and the tenant's household members have been designated as a smoke-free living environment. Tenant and members of the tenant's household and tenant guests and visitors shall not smoke anywhere in the unit rented by the tenant, or the building where the tenant's dwelling is located, or in any of the common areas or adjoining grounds. Tenant agrees to inform all tenant guests or visitors of the non-smoking policy.
15. Water beds are prohibited on the premises.
16. Go-cars and mini-bikes may not be operated anywhere in the project, except on public thoroughfares if and where authorized by law. All mopeds and motorcycles must be 1. Operated by licensed persons only. 2. Operated only on areas where autos are allowed by law. 3. No unregistered vehicles such as automobiles, mopeds, and motorcycles may be parked or operated in the project.
17. Only personal autos are allowed to use the parking areas. All automobiles must be operable and properly registered to a household member on the lease agreement. Automobiles may not leak oils, grease, etc. The tenant will be held financially responsible for damage to the parking lot caused by his or her vehicle.
18. In order to maintain the security of the building and the personal safety of all persons, no tenant, friend, or visitor may 1. Prop open or otherwise leave unlocked any door to a building. 2. Alter any lock or door in a building. 3. Let any unauthorized person into a building. 4. Give out keys to non-residents.
19. The premises will be inspected by the landlord at least once every 12 months. Tenants will be notified in writing in advance of such inspection.
20. All maintenance requests or complaints should be directed to the resident manager.
21. Visitors must be supervised at all times.
22. The tenant understands and agrees that for the terms of this lease, this unit will be the tenant's permanent residence and the tenant must physically occupy the unit. Non-occupancy for a period exceeding 60 days may be reason for lease termination.
23. A schedule of charges for lease violations or additional services is attached to this lease. All charges must be paid within 30 days of written notification to the tenant. Failure to so pay said charges may be used as grounds for termination of this lease by the landlord.
24. Where the tenant is responsible for paying his own utilities and a utility allowance is used to compute his portion of the rent in accordance with HUD regulations. If any such utility service shall be discontinued to any premises due to the fault of the tenant, then, upon written notice from the landlord, tenant shall immediately take any and all steps due necessary to ensure that said utilities are immediately reconnected, and failure by the tenant to correct said shut off immediately will result in termination of the tenant's utility allowance and termination of this lease.
If you have any further questions regarding your lease or the rules and regulations, please refer to the tenant handbook or contact our office. Our office is open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you and welcome to Trinity 1 Apartments.